Hey, what is going on, everybody? This is Luxury Specialties here, giving you a new video on the brand new CLA 35 AMG Matic. So this is a brand new drop off to me. I love the car. We got some great specs and some things to go over and some very exciting things for you guys. So wanted to start off just showcasing this car is going to be the new Denim Blue. Has a lot of cool things going on for it. So this is going to be a mid-range model. You do have your standard CLA 250. You do also have the CLA 35, which is in front of us, and you have a CLA 45, which will be soon coming out with video. This vehicle is going to be shown here, as I mentioned, Denim Blue. Has a full aerodynamic package on it, which is going to give you these larger front valances here, an apron. You're of course going to have some different side skirting, and as well as on the back as well. A little over 300 horsepower, 302 horsepower, I believe to be exact, just under 300 foot-pounds of torque. Has our black multi-spoke 19-inch wheels. I believe standard is 18-inch wheels, and I think this car looks gorgeous. So this is going to be a very aggressive design. I believe that Rokanar and Remove Before Race channel had really hit it on point when they said when you stare at the back end of this car, not that the front is really any worse, you have an amazing design on this car. I mean, they did great. This whole rear diffuser just looks awesome. This large rounded exhaust does great. Especially with this color on the car. I mean, this Denim Blue, I mean, just really pops. Looks actually a lot better in person than you would see in photo, and wanted to showcase some things on this car. So what do you expect from this vehicle? What's some of the cool things you get? So this car just starts off a little under $50,000. Approximately, I want to say about $47,500 is the starting point before options. This car is going to have some nice options on it, very well appointed, just under $60,000. So aerodynamic package. So with this type of apron and diffuser here in the back, this car has a larger rear wing. It's actually pretty large. Hangs off pretty good back here. LED lights front and back standard. You're obviously going to have the panoramic roof like you've maybe seen on some of our other cars, like the GLB video I did. You have the optional night package, which is here showing the wheels, rear wing black, diffuser black, window trim is going to be black, front mirrors are black. As I mentioned, this does have the Matic platform, all-wheel drive, so better performance. 0 to 60 on this car is approximately 4.4 seconds. Standard LED lighting. You're going to have the illuminated star here in the very front, which is optional. Has collision prevention assistance here on the front to help mitigate accidents. And you do have our AMG twin bar front end on the grille here. This car does have some really nice braking features. You do have a really good sized rotor and caliper on this car, especially for the weight. So for performance, braking is great. Some of the things you can expect while the camera goes ahead and let's see here, it looks like it already adjusted. Performance steering wheel has the 19-inch wheels, which are upgraded. You have the unit steering wheel adjustments, which is going to be the AMG dry buttons, blind spot, Burmester sound system, heated seats, illuminated star, exterior adaptive lighting, which is going to move with you, multimedia package, AMG night package, aerodynamics package, and premium package. US pricing $59,115, starts off about $46,900 plus destination charge, puts you right under $50. So with the performance and styling on this car, well worth the money, especially with some of the leasing and financing offers coming out in the US marketplace. Keyless go, touch it to lock, grab it to unlock, blind spot for safety, and let's hop right on into the inside. This car is optioned out to have heated seats, does not have AC seats, which is an option. I do believe you need to package that with the leather seat, which is what you see in here. They have finally changed these seats to a wider bolster compared to the previous CLA. Wider bolstering here, and you do not have as protruding of a headrest as some of the other traditional CLAs, although it does definitely bend forward, so definite improvement. You can get these to light up in the AMG settings here. One of the things I did want to showcase is this has what we would call the aluminum trim on the inside of the vehicle, and you do have several different trim levels on the inside, which will definitely give you a great look. I think we did an amazing job on the specs on this car, especially considering the studded pedals and the whole inside. So as we hop in, without further ado, you do have a very nice setup here on the inside. The racing style of steering wheel, sport steering wheel is great. You do have the Dynamica and Nappa Leather on this particular model, so definitely very nice to have. Has a flat bottom, has all of the AMG features on the steering wheel of all the new cars, and you do finally have all the updates here. So you can actually put this car into Sport, Sport Plus, change all the different modes right here from the steering wheel. All of your command system controls here, like I've mentioned in all my other videos. And in addition to that, all of your cruise control settings with optional driver's assistance package for our autonomous style of driving. One of the very nice things I did notice in the car is that all of the new technology is here. But first and foremost, look at the design. The AMG badging in the car, the striping, all of these stitching inside the vehicle, small little stitching accents here in the center, and the seating design, just everything looks really bold, really aggressive, and it definitely did a great job with how the car is set up. Push to start button is no longer a removable push to start button. The lights do a little display when you turn on the car. They're gonna go bead left to right, and then they'll come on. Some of the nice things again inside the car is that when we're driving it, for example, if I have this into the neutral position, it's gonna let me know I'm in neutral. And if I mute the sound system, a lot better sound of what you expect compared to a simple CLA 250. Now going into a Sport Plus mode, exhaust already deepens. Does sound great. We will go out to the back of the car to listen to some of these things, but thought I would make note of that since the car is considered AMG. You do have the Burmester sound system in this car, which once you go into a platform like this, you could simply go ahead and go into your settings of the vehicle. We can go into the car settings, or you can actually use the radio system area. You can adjust all of your settings through here. And with the Burmester, one of the things I did like the most, just to touch on this, is that the cleanliness of the display is great. So just the way it looks, really easy, really user-friendly. You can change anything to whatever you want. Once you go into the sound profiles, you could change it into pure or surround sound. Go home, go to a radio station, slide to whatever your liking is, and then you can obviously turn that up. Has a great crisp sound inside the car. Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Now our Mercedes-Benz Assistance, which is going to be inside this vehicle in a lot of our new models, is here and available for you. She can change the lighting colors. She can change the temperature for you in the car. She can also start and stop various functions within this display unit here. And in addition to that, you can go ahead and use your touchpad here through the steering wheel to navigate through navigation. Should you have a multimedia package, which this does have, that's going to encompass the navigation inside the car. So as you can see, as a quick overview on the inside, you do have new charging points, which are USB-C. You do have larger cup holders. You have a functional touchpad here for where the passenger would sit. Screen is fully touch. You do have all of your AMG configurations here underneath the vehicle diagnostics, so you can kind of show just different angles of the vehicle, launch mode style things, your acceleration, your braking percentages, and it is very, very, very intricate in the sense of what you can see for the data given back to you. So it gives it a great look, good overall design. Multimedia package inside this car is going to give you the hardwired navigation. You could zoom in, you could zoom out, you can move the mapping around. You can change it from 2D to 3D, and it's going to be in a black style of mode here, or color, because obviously it's nighttime or getting close to nighttime now. In addition to that, you do have all of your shift paddles here. We'll change the car into various gears depending on what gear you want to start in or finish in. Trunk opening and closing here. In addition to that, you do have your traction control off, eco start stop off from here, and it makes it very convenient. All the lighting in the car is going to be auto, and this car, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, does have a full panoramic roof. Charging points here in the center console, and then of course you do still have here your controls as well to turn off the traction control, manual style of mode and shifting, all of your car settings and everything. Like most of our models does have an option down in this area on C classes and various areas to get to controls for the car on the screen, and then you can still navigate through the screen and touch these buttons. So you do still keep the general user interface of all of our cars. So whether you wanted to go through the screen to go through the user interface, the steering wheel here to navigate through some of those items, or if you want to use the touchpad here, got a couple different options for you. One thing I do want to highlight on this vehicle is when you do go into the car, you will see all of your phone functions here. You can connect up to 10 phones and devices. You can hold down the voice command button and make texts by voice, phone calls by voice, and in addition to that, search for points of interest. You can use Google or Siri style commands and find scores the games, temperatures of different cities, travel, questions, things you do on an Alexa or a Siri device. Should you have multimedia package, you are going to see hardwired navigation. If not, you bring out that Android or iPhone and you can plug everything in and you'll see that across here as well. Waze apps, things like that will be in there. Radio, AM, FM, satellite radio, you have those types of things in these types of screens. In addition to that, these are all touch. You do have great sound controls, especially with the Burmester sound system. You can adjust quite a bit of stuff through there. Your media controls are going to be anything really other than your radio AM FM, so Bluetooth wireless, things like that. Comfort controls, so this car will go ahead and have seat kinetics. So there's a lot of things with Mercedes-Benz. I get comments that I think are laughable, so forgive me maybe for, I guess, for lack of better words, arguing with some people in the comments. There's some stuff you pay for in a Mercedes-Benz, like seat kinetics, collision prevention assistance, lighting, colors, things like that, that will bring a price point up, even though some of this stuff is standard features far above and beyond what people say is a competitor domestic car. So I don't think anybody's buying a Mercedes-Benz for it to be cheap. I think they're buying a Mercedes-Benz for little things like, hey, I want my custom colors. I like the design of the interior. I like that you spent extra money and went ahead and put some craftsmanship into the dash and things like that. So as someone watches this video and then proceeds to say that their Hyundai Genesis has some nice features inside of it, please refrain, because I don't want to prove you wrong. Other than that, my rant is over. Your Mercedes Me Connect for all of your features here inside the car, which is unlocking, locking, and starting the car from your cell phone, linking up with your phone, are all here. So as some people do not know, complimentary from Mercedes-Benz, you would need to open up the door, scan with your Mercedes Me app into the door panel down here where your VIN tag is, and you would be able to go ahead and unlock, lock, and start this car anywhere in the world as long as you have cell phone service or Wi-Fi. So it makes it pretty easy, pretty convenient, and that is able to be done on multiple phones. Car settings in here, you can adjust your lights, ambient lighting, the colors, the brightness, have some really good stuff going on. A lot of people like this multiple color animation. You have various different colors you could change things to. And then of course you have welcome lighting and effects inside. So if you notice it says climate here, a lot of people don't know that when you go ahead and increase the heat, it will actually increase the red in some of these areas here should you have that setting on. So it makes it pretty convenient, very nice. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at the rest of the car in the back with this on sport mode, door open. In my opinion, pretty good for a 300 horsepower sports car. Does great on here. Room in this car is going to be somewhat limited. I'm 6'2" and push that seat quite a ways back. I didn't really need to be there if I was gonna drive, but as you can see, the back of this car is not going to be massive. Definitely 4 people can sit in this car. Headroom is actually pretty good. This roof is beveled up far more than what you see at this trim level here. It pops up in there, so they have increased that headroom, and it will kind of go up into this area quite a ways. You do actually have rear air conditioning back here, rear charging points. You have door panels that have been cut out quite a ways here, so when you rest an arm here, you don't feel cramped in the back seat, although this is not going to be a large family vehicle. Some things you should notice about this car is that, again, its styling is very good compared to a traditional CLA 250. Your trunk space in here is quite ample. Have some friends that have already purchased the new CLA 250, which is an identical body size, with the clips of the back seat here and a flip down of the back seat, which will not go down all the way with my seat up there in the way. You can actually fit a lot of stuff back here. So people who may be very avid in snowboarding, skiing, taking a lot of stuff with them, whatever the case is, sliding things through there, you actually have quite a large trunk, more so than this video will allow me to offer a clear sight of. So with that being said, this is what you would expect from a new CLA 35 AMG, full new Mercedes-Benz MBUX infotainment system, optional upgrades such as the Aerodynamic package, AMG Night package, which includes those wheels and the other trim level pieces I mentioned, 302 horsepower on the vehicle, and quite a bit more. So this will be the car. This is pictured in denim blue with a black Nappa leather interior and AMG aluminum trim. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I got some new stuff coming, changing up the videos and how I do them. Hope everybody's having a great evening and a wonderful new year, and enjoy yourself from Luxury Specialties.